Hi there, hi, good afternoon everyone. I hope you're doing really well. This is Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. So I help busy women fix their IBS, painful digestion, heartburn, etc., bloating, any associated hormone problems, so menopause, perimenopause, and so on, which can all be closely linked to your gut health. And I do this with state-of-the-art gut testing, hormone testing, etc., laboratory testing, and dietary and lifestyle upgrades to bring things nicely back into balance for you. So today I was going to explain a little bit about insulin resistance because as I've said before, all our body systems are very closely linked to each other. They don't really kind of operate in isolation. So a very good example of that is our insulin control. We need to keep our insulin levels healthy for a whole host of reasons. So if I just go into insulin resistance for a little bit and explain what happens there. So basically, when you eat any kind of high carb foods and that's broken down into glucose, we need to get that glucose to where it needs to be. So basically, muscle cells, liver cells, etc. And the way it does that is via insulin. So insulin gets all the glucose to where it needs to go. In addition to that, it will facilitate the storage of any insulin. So any kind of excess that you consume then gets stored in your liver and muscle for later on, for when you need to use it, say if you're running low on energy or what have you. So it's very important hormone, insulin, and we need to keep it at healthy levels and keep it for that system functioning efficiently. So the insulin though is secreted from your pancreas, and if it needs to secrete too much, it can get very exhausted. So in insulin resistance, your liver, muscles, etc., are not absorbing the glucose as they should do, and your pancreas has to work extra hard to secrete even more insulin, and eventually it just gets exhausted and you end up with pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and that is the end result. In addition to that, your blood sugar sloshing around all over the place all day is really bad for you for so many different reasons, and it needs to be avoided. So in a second, I'll just come to how you can avoid that happening and avoid the whole host of other symptoms that come along with it. So basically, what causes insulin resistance then? Well, it's down to obesity as a big trigger, high blood pressure, and high levels of fats in the diet are all implicated in this. But the good news is that if you correct that, then you can reverse insulin resistance and get your insulin pumping as it should do. So it will all kind of come back into balance once you kind of fix these problems. So the kind of obesity you're thinking about, which is typically associated with insulin resistance, is this very apple shape. So a lot of fat accumulating around the middle. It would be indicative of a not so healthy insulin response going on. So here's what to do then, how to avoid it. Well, if you're eating carbohydrate foods, and I strongly suggest you do, unless you're somebody who really finds that they benefit from being on a keto diet or a very low carb diet, I would suggest you do eat some form of carbs because it's so healthy for your gut. Your gut really likes carb foods, and scientific studies have shown that if you're not eating carb foods, it's not so great for your gut microbiome. And if you're watching this, you're probably someone who is suffering with your gut health. So I would stick to eating good quality carbs if you can. So by good quality carbs, I mean things like whole grains, sweet potatoes, quinoa, etc. All these foods are very beneficial and are good for you. They're also in their whole state. So if you eat grains in their whole state, in their entirety, they're much better for you. They're much better for your blood sugar regulation than if you eat things that are made into flours, so like breads, pastas, etc. Although, you don't have to strictly avoid those foods, but if you're someone who does find that they react badly to blood sugar, for blood sugar fluctuations, then if you stick to the whole grains in their whole state, then that's going to affect you much you know, in a much more beneficial way, because once things are ground down into flours, they become very easily absorbed. Your body just sucks them up, and then your pancreas has to work really hard again to bring those levels of glucose down, and then that starts the cycle. So that leads me nicely into the next thing that I would be avoiding, which is sugary drinks and juices, for the same reason. Very easily absorbed. You'll consume them, your blood sugar will go sky high, then your pancreas has got to work really hard to bring those down. Your cells then become not so responsive to the insulin, and you have this problem occurring again. So fizzy drinks, juices, etc. are best avoided, for definite. Make sure you're getting plenty of high fibre foods going on. So it's the fibre again which is going to stop your body absorbing all this glucose too quickly, and also great for your gut health. If you've got gut problems going on, your gut bacteria, your friendly gut bacteria, really like a nice high fibre diet, because that really helps them to thrive and be healthy, and also keep things moving along smoothly, so you don't get any constipation or anything like that. So absolutely don't avoid healthy fats. So get plenty of healthy fats going on, avocados, nuts, seeds, oily fish, etc., because they are going to really help you to feel nice and satiated, so you're not kind of craving high carb foods, and high carb snacks, etc., and helping you to avoid that, you know, blood sugar roller coaster. Good quality protein foods, always, plenty of those going on. Fish, chicken, nuts, seeds, tofu, etc. Super for you. I wouldn't have a meal without any of those in, and absolutely avoid overeating. So if you're eating too much, this is going to be very bad for that glucose response as well. So I hope you found that useful. That's a quick rundown of insulin resistance, what it is and how to avoid it. If you would like to speak to me, as always, there is a link in the comments, so do use that to book into my diary for a quick chat. There's some free recipes down there as well, and do like and share if you enjoyed this. Okay, I shall see you next time. Bye.